Ernest Hemingway was a Nobel Prize-winning author, a Pulitzer Prize winner, an adventurer, often seen as the voice of the literary tough guy. But on July 2nd, 1961, he died by suicide in the entryway of his home. Many people explain Hemingway's end through familiar themes: depression, alcohol, or the vulnerability sometimes linked to genius. Those explanations aren't wrong, but they may not be the whole picture. Because if you widen the lens from Hemingway as one person to the Hemingway family as a whole, a more unsettling pattern appears. Depression and suicide were not isolated events. Across generations, there are also recurring clues that don't fit neatly into psychiatry. Diabetes, heart problems, joint pain, and even accounts of skin turning bronze. Taken together, these fragments have led some to ask a question worth examining. Not a diagnosis, but a hypothesis. Could an inherited metabolic problem have been quietly shaping outcomes in this family over time? One proposed line of inquiry involves iron overload, conditions in which the body gradually accumulates excess iron, placing strain on multiple organs. When you look again at Hemingway's later years, it becomes difficult to reduce his decline to a single word, like depression. Accounts suggest a broader deterioration. Emotionally, he endured severe and persistent lows with periods of instability. Cognitively, his memory and attention declined, and his ability to write was deeply affected. Behaviorally, his fear became more concrete, and he grew increasingly suspicious, believing he was being watched or targeted. Physically, he struggled with arthritis and widespread pain, along with cardiovascular problems, abnormalities in glucose metabolism, liver disease, and the effects of long-term alcohol use. In a sense, he endured. Like Santiago in The Old Man and the Sea, but this time the struggle was not against the ocean. It was against his body and against his mind. Iron overload is often mentioned here because it can, at least in principle, connect a range of findings that otherwise seem unrelated: fatigue, joint pain, liver disease, diabetes, cardiac problems, and darkening of the skin. These can appear when excess iron accumulates over many years.